Hello, White Mountains. This is Jesse Valencia with WME Theaters, and you are watching Movie Bites. Our guest today is actor Ernest Tsosie III, who appears in the film More Than Frybread, which is now playing at the Village 8, but there's only two showings left today at 4 or 5 and around 7. So if you guys are planning on going to see More Than Frybread, please get your tickets online or at the box office at the Village 8. Today is the last day. So, hi, Ernest, and thanks for taking the time to be with us today.
Hello, thanks for having me. Good to be here.
So, you've been a screen actor for 20 years now and have been in numerous feature films as well as TV series such as Longmire and Better Call Saul. How did you first get into acting, and what has been the best thing about your journey as an actor?
I got into acting as a way of overcoming stage fright. I actually I used to have stage fright real bad. Some people call it social anxiety. So acting to me in that way. And my first attempt at acting in college, I total, complete and utter failure. And when you're in college acting class, you got to act. So one of the things you do for your final exam is like monologues, right? Get up there and act out a scene by yourself, and your fellow students and your teacher are your audience. And I got up there and I kept freezing up. I kept forgetting my lines. I was so nervous, so scared, and I ended up I dropped that class that day. And
Oh, no.
it was really painful. We talked about bombing, but it ate at me for the next 2 3 years. I didn't go back. I didn't try again for another 3 years later, and it just ate at me the whole time. I said, God darn it, I got mad at myself, and I was down on myself. I said, what is the deal? Why am I so afraid? What's this stage fright all about? So I made a mission of my on myself to just to do it. So I had to change my thinking, and I went back. This time I went in full. At the time I tried out for acting, I was studying anthropology. I got out of that field and I went straight all in to theater and drama, everything. So I changed my major, and I just went for it. So eventually, I got used to being in front of audience, and I overcame that, and I got my training at Pima College in Tucson as an actor, and that's how I got into it. And started auditioning for stuff. And I guess my favorite thing about the journey of acting is the people I get to meet along the way. I met people like my first play, for example, back in '96, my first professional job. I met it was for the Actors Theater of Phoenix. I did a play called Katsina, Kachina,
Yeah.
uh, and it was they had actors from all over, from New York City, from Los Angeles, and I was one of the local Arizona resident actors that got to be involved in that. So to this day, I'm still friends with some of those actors. So it's a lifelong friendships that you build in the world of acting and theater and movies. So that's my favorite thing, is just making lifelong friends.
That's so awesome. What led you to work with Travis Holt Hamilton?
Again, just auditioning, challenging myself. Anytime I get the opportunity to audition for a play, a movie, I try to do my best to make it. So in this case, he was auditioning on the Navajo Res, So I said, I'm gonna go audition for this movie. So that's what I did, and again, failed, man. I went to the audition, and
Oh, really?
I went okay. I did okay, but as an actor, when you leave an audition, you're always like, dang it, I should have tried this, I should have tried that. And this never happens in a real like a in an audition like in Hollywood, wherever. They don't give you a second chance to come back and re-audition. I left the audition. I was not satisfied with my performance, so I drove down the road and I turned around and I said, I'm just gonna go back. It can't hurt. I went back and I asked Travis, right? I'd met him that day. He didn't know me from anything. So I said, hey man, I just want to try something. Can you let me audition again? Right? And he was like, kind of thought about it. He said, okay, I think he was curious about what I was gonna do. So I went in there and I re-auditioned. This time I tried some different angles, as far as the character. And the thing is, I felt good the second time I auditioned. Whether I got it or not, I satisfied myself and my audition. So that was important to me. And lo and behold, maybe a week later, he called me up and he offered me the role of the turquoise rose, the brother role in that movie. So that's how I met.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah.
How would you describe your role in More Than Frybread, and what is your favorite memory from during production?
Um, my role is, of course, is the head of Frybread security, right? Like the And then what I liked about that was it was really a lot of it was unscripted, right? It was improv as far as us, a lot of us actors. So the Frybread crew, man, we didn't have a script. We just, he just told us what the scene was about, and he just let us go. So he even gave us our own choices on names. So I called myself the Bull. I said, what do you want to name yourself? Your character? I said, I'll be the Bull. Anyway, so that was the head of security. Right? That was the guy in charge, and it was I guess my favorite, not I wouldn't say favorite memory, but this is it was a painful memory. Now when you're acting, right, the director, he'll tell the actors, try this, try that, and there's a scene where the lady, Teresa Chuiga, was I forgot her character name, but she was the mean lady, right? She was the mean one, and she slapped me, right? And a real slap, man. I was not expecting that. And he told her, hey, slap him, this time, right? Then the third take, I went up there and did my line. All of a sudden, oh, she slapped me hard, man. And I was like, what the? So that's a real reaction in that scene right there when she slaps me. It freaked me out, man. But I guess that's a form of method acting.
Yeah, yeah. Make it look real by making it actually real.
It's reverse method acting. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's what I remember the most about that day.
Out of all the films and series you've appeared in, what has been your favorite role to play?
Oh man, I guess Better Call Saul would be the one because I had it's mainstream, man. It's big time, TV making.
Yeah.
That was my goal as an actor, was to make it to professional level of acting, to where I'm acting, trading lines with movie stars. I don't consider myself a movie star, but Jonathan Banks, man, he's a bona fide movie star. And I got to be on the same level as him and trade lines with him. So it's
Yeah,
really
and you're like, I'm just here because I was trying to overcome stage fright, man.
exactly. And I'm acting. I'm face to face with a guy I know from Beverly Hills Cop. From back in the
Yeah.
day, man. He was a huge star. He still is. He's a movie star. So that's probably my favorite role to date, is just being at that level of acting as a native actor. Yeah.
Speaking of which, where do you see the future of independent film going, and how can we make more room for indigenous stories?
Man, that's an awesome question because I see it going up. I see it getting better, and it already has. A lot of the film festivals I see, and even the young filmmakers that are coming up are awesome, man. Like we just did, me and James did this cameo in a film called Res Dogs. I haven't seen it yet, but this thing is making making winning awards, man, at film festivals.
Nice.
And so he keeps hitting these on Facebook. Res Dogs won another award, whatever, got this and that. So the filmmakers behind me, young ones, man, they're doing good and they're getting better. And I think it can only get better for native filmmaking and independent film. I truly like independent filmmaking because it gives I think there's more room to work as far as your artistic ability. They really let you kind of just let you go, man, and test the waters. And as an actor, that's gold for me, man. Rather than being boxed, within the script or within the strict director or direction. You know what I mean? And
Right.
about Travis, man, he lets me go. He lets me try things, and that's what I love about acting, is the exploration, I guess, of a character. So native filmmaking and independent films, I think is gonna once this thing clears out, right? This pandemic, I think it's gonna get really really good.
Definitely. Oh, what is one of your favorite memories of seeing a movie in a theater?
Oh man, well, recently, I have two boys, two young boys. I have four kids altogether, four kids and one wife. Shit. But two of my kids are adults, but I have two young boys, 14 and 9, and we're going through a Rocky phase, right? Marathon Rocky, from Rocky 1 all the way to Rocky 6.
I understand completely. I love that series.
Oh man, but anyway, it brought me back to when I was like in 77, 76, when Rocky, the first one, was in the theaters. I saw it at the Aztec in Gallup. And I was like 10, 11 years old, man. And that's one of the memories I have is the music. Dun, 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 dun. I still remember that in child watching Rocky when it first came out, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, man.
Packed, dude.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to our moviegoers in the White Mountains before they see more than Frybread?
Yeah, man, just enjoy it. You know, man. It's a rockumentary style of filmmaking. You know, but if you as much as you can let your your suspension of disbelief, right? That's what makes movie watching cool. Is just putting away your problems, your stresses, your anxieties, and just go into the story and enjoy those characters and enjoy that story.
Thanks so much, Ernest. And for those watching, More Than Frybread, starring our guest Ernest Tsosie, is playing today at the Village 8, and it's the last day. So everybody get down there and get your tickets and go see More Than Frybread. I'm Jesse Valencia, and thank you for tuning into Movie Bites.